Okay, so just making a little breakfast, nothing fancy. Just some eggs and English muffin here. So I always put a little bacon grease in my skillet. And move some things around here. And then we put some butter in the skillet and we'll just get going and see who can show up today. So anyway, I hope everybody is having a wonderful day, morning, afternoon, wherever you're at, what have you. Um, yeah, you can hear that bacon grease sizzling. Oh yeah, so let me move my phone over here, and that way I can crack these eggs. And let's get going. Let's see. Now I can move it back here, and my ramekin already has some cheese and bacon bits. Throw it in there. And my favorite seasoning, everything but the bagel, honey. Oh boy. But we'll see who else can show up in here, and if people that know a BB, if they show up here, then we'll get into it. And we'll talk about a few things. So, let me just get to, it doesn't take long to cook scrambled eggs at all, you know. It only takes a bit. Hold on. My English muffins are done. You know, when you have a small kitchen, you kind of learn things along the way. Summer, hey honey. Well, I'm sorry that didn't make it into the Layla premiere, but I was in Keo. But we'll see if some more can hop on. And hello, Eva. And then we'll get into it, you know. But I'm doing good, honey. I hope everybody's doing good as well. Whether it be morning, noon, night, maybe. We're kind of scattered all over here. And, hello. Well, here are my scrambled eggs. Nothing fancy. I added some bacon bits and cheese to it. And I made some extra, you know, for tomorrow morning. But yeah, well, I heard, like I said, from 3 different people, the same thing, okay? And if more people hop in here that, you know, that also love BB, you know, I'm not going to name names of who told me. So, and I'm going to have to do this. Denise, hey, honey. I'm going to have to do this in very broad strokes. You follow me? Oh, Christ. I was hoping, really hoping this morning when I woke up there'd be a birthday party. I was really hoping because it is nighttime in Vietnam. They are, you know, like right now it's 7:03 a.m. It's 7:03 p.m. over there. So, my mind, needless to say, when I saw that there'd be no birthday party, I was like, yeah, I was like floored. I was like, what in the fudge is going on, you know? Um, they've lost a lot of money on that channel, you know? Um, right, Denise, right. I really did not believe it either. Um, because, you know, they lost a lot of money on that channel. So, with that being said, you know, you could always kind of deduce things, you know. You could say, hey, if it was, let's say, because they've always announced things in the past. You know, they've always been kind of upfront, if you will. So to go MIA, so to speak, with no explanation really as to the past almost 3 months, you start to think a few things. Now, if it was an illness, I'm sure somebody in the family would have posted something, you know. And also, they would not willingly lose all that money for the paid memberships. Let me finish getting things. Right. Because it's already 7, after 7 p.m. in Vietnam. So, I mean, they would not willingly, though, give up all that money. You know what I mean? They were making a lot of money on that channel. A lot of money with paid memberships, super chats. Right. But even so, they've always had a birthday for BB. Always. From the first, from the first birthday. They had one last year. It's just, they would not willingly, though, give up all that money with the paid memberships. People were refunded their money back. They just would not, of their own free will, lose all that money. Because on that one account, BB has 1.2 million followers. Okay. That's a lot, needless to say. So I don't know how many paid memberships they have, but let's just say it's a fair amount. They would not give up all that money, just for no reason, at all. I mean, so, hold on, y'all. I'll get to everything here in a second. I'm just trying to put some stuff up here and get things together. Elena, hey, honey. Hey, honey. I'm just getting my breakfast together, girl. Andrea, hey, honey. It is so good to see everybody here. Just give me a minute, y'all, to get my breakfast together and everything. And then we will get into it. But no, they have a lot of subscribers. More than likely a lot of paid memberships, okay? Oh, okay, honey. Yes. Well, yeah, summer. Yeah, and I've heard, again, let me finish getting my breakfast together here. So, got some scrambled eggs and an English muffin. And my whipped cream cheese. I do have my coffee nearby. I don't know about y'all, but I need my coffee. Yeah. Right, they could always make a new account, but I'm starting to slowly believe of what a few have told me. Ooh, omelet and toast, that's a winner. Again, I'm going to have to do this in broad strokes. Hold on. Let me finish getting stuff together. If you have a Walmart near you, they have a Better Good line of foods, different foods. This is a raspberry cardamom and rose fruit spread. God, this is good. Low sugar, too. So if you have a Walmart near you, ooh, look at that. That looks pretty good, I think. And then we're going to put, we're going to put some peanut butter on the other English muffin. Then I'm going to put a few things up, and then we'll get into things. Um, like I said, when you have that many subscribers, you don't just willingly, or for no good reason, give that kind of money up. Oh yeah, hon, me too. I love marmalade, but yeah, this is so good. This is so good. Um, and we have my extra large mug of coffee. So let me put some stuff back in the fridge. And then get ready to have your head spinning. Now, what I'm about to say, it's got to be taken at face value. Okay. I'm still waiting for more information. Yeah, you do, Summer, to come my way. Okay. And I'm not going to say who all told me this, but 3 different people told me the same story that don't even know each other. Okay. And I'm not saying anything to slander anybody or to paint anybody in a negative light at all. So, your mic looks like a bucket. So let me put this up and then we will get into my breakfast. Because I'm hungry. I don't know about y'all. Oh yeah, I got to put in my liquid supplement in my coffee. Oh yeah. I take this liquid supplement to, the first one I take of the day helps with my cortisol. And I'm not too crazy about the taste or smell, but, oh yeah. So I just put it to my coffee to mix it in. Like I said, I'm not crazy about the taste, but, okay, that'll do it. But yeah, this stuff does work though. you know, like I said. And then I'm going to say my little prayer. Lord, we thank you for another day. Let us be grateful to open our eyes for a new one. Please bless and keep us safe. And let us be kind to one another. Jesus, we pray, amen. Oh, not a tea lover. Hey, that's okay. I love tea. I love tea myself. But so, anyway, thank you. Oh, wow, Denise, so does mine. But anyway, now this isn't 100% fact, so take it as I say it, okay? Oh, okay. So, more than one person has told me, and I can't use names on here when I'm fixing to talk about who I'm talking about, but y'all know that somebody's father, let's say, the daddy, was not keeping up, or it was either not keeping up or not being truthful with certain permits that are needed, and has gotten himself into a spot of trouble, per se, with the authorities. Um, oh, yeah. So, yeah, but again, take that as you will, but that would be an explanation as to what's going on. Now, I'm still having people looking into it, but I had 3 different people that don't know each other tell me that same thing. And I'm like, I was like, wait a minute. At first, I didn't want to believe it because I'm like, oh, no way. No way. But in life, I've learned never say never. Well, but there's something about the permit, though, that wasn't on the up and up. Yeah. So, again, never be surprised what people will do or won't do. I know this from personal experience, y'all. Yeah, you got it renewed yearly. Because people got their refunds. Yeah. Somebody does not willingly, right, Summer? Somebody would not willingly give up all that money for nothing, you know? More than likely, people have no choice most of the time, excuse me, but to walk away from it if they cannot be there to do things. Um, big if that is true, that is sad. And it's going to make a lot of people angry as hell. It's going to make a lot of people furious because all this time, people have been worried. They have been concerned. They have been, some of them really suffering with their mental health over it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard that too. So, sometimes you really don't know people, you know? Right. Sometimes people are not who they seem. Believe me. And I got a story time if you want to hear it about a certain ex-boyfriend that I'm not even sure he's really dead. So if you want to talk about people not seeing who they seem to be, have I got the story for you? That is what a lot of people are trying to figure out. I've heard, now I don't know the truth of all this, but I've heard that he is with a family member. I heard that he was confiscated. People are still looking into that. But as soon as I know something, and with this, I won't say it until I know 100%. Then I'll come here and say, hey, this is where he's at. But no, I got the story of stories if you want to talk about people not seeming who they seem to be. Because, honey, my ex-boyfriend appeared to be articulate. He was well-spoken. He, yeah, it's somebody could report it and something heavy went down. Because authorities in Vietnam, they don't mess around. They're a different entity from the ones we have here in the U.S., right, Summer and Denise? I'm sorry, but some of the cops here, we do have some pretty nice cops, okay, that, will work with you. But in some countries, they won't. And that really is heartbreaking, Yeah. Somebody could have known something and had a grudge against Quan. Yeah. Exactly, Andrea. They could have had a grudge and said, hey, I'll go tell the cops on you. Mm-hmm. Yes, Elena. You know, people, when it comes to revenge, and I'm not proud to say this, but I will. Right, honey, they quit replying to comments. I used to be the queen of revenge. Please. I used to, yeah, but that's when I was a kid, you know? I was I was really young when I was like that. So, but yeah, when it comes to revenge, mm-hmm. He looks scared at some point. Yeah. So somebody could have reported out of jealousy, out of a grudge. They they may have could have wanted money and say, hey, if you don't pay me, yeah. They could have been blackmailing him. I mean, the possibilities are endless. But something, you know, something happened, yeah. Yeah, I'm convinced he was reported too because you don't walk away from that kind of money. Mm-mm. For nothing. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, again, take all that what you will. But it's heartbreaking. Right? It's going to come out. It's going to come out. Secrets do not stay secrets. I know this too from experience. Yeah. So, if all this went down, I hope and pray BB is getting the love and care he deserves and help because that poor boy, he's got traumatic stress now. You know? Yeah. BB's probably confused. He could be scared. You know? Um, there's just all kind of feelings, you know? Yeah. Yeah. It could be separation. He'd probably having separation anxiety because he loved Quan and Quan loved him, you know? So, you know, it could be, there's so much, you know? Yeah. And BB seemed comfortable with his uncle, you know? Right. They seem to all go. Like the grandmother went. Are you telling me that everybody had somewhere to be at the same time? Come on. The grandmother went, you know, Quan went, uncle went. I mean, right. I know, Elena. But you're telling me they had all somewhere to be at the same time. I mean, they all cleared out. I mean, yeah. Oh no, I know what I forgot to put on top of my peanut butter. The sugar and cinnamon spread. This is so good, y'all. This has no sugar in it. Mmm. She was taller and younger. Yeah. So, there's definitely something at play here. Because people don't walk away from that kind of money for no reason. You know, that channel made some money. Right, right. So, yeah, Denise, something very fishy. Very, very fishy. Right. Summer, if I could, I'd go over there and I'd find them. And I would get them. I would get them. You know? I mean, BB, I think that, Keo's daddy, Than, um, he's offered to let BB come stay there. I think that would be a very good choice, Yeah, part of the script. And let me say something else. If all this hype and all this going on is part of a ploy to get more views and people watching record numbers, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. If you're doing this, yes, I will. Yes, I will. I mean, I asked them before, and he said he never heard back from Quan, but I'll ask again. Excuse me, but if they're doing this for, they call it clickbait. When record droves number of people watch and donate and do this and that, if they're doing that for that reason, that is sick. Oh, you're welcome, honey. You're welcome. That's sick. That's just totally disgusting. Right. But see, with all this hype, they could double that. It would probably double, and the paid memberships would probably skyrocket. I mean, never be surprised what people will do for money. Never be surprised, you know? And I think Than would be an excellent choice, though, for BB to go to. I think he'd be well cared for. Him and Keo, no doubt, would get along great. He got along great with Layla. I think it would be a stable environment for BB, and he would be took care of, you know? I mean, but yeah, when it comes to money, people will do anything for money, honey. I've seen it. Been there, done that, seen it. People do and say anything for money. I mean, it's an age-old thing, you know? Right, right, Summer. I mean, so like I said, I'm having certain people look into things, and right, Denise, like I'm not rich, I'm comfortable. Okay, I'm comfortable, but I'm fine. Mm-hmm. Elena and Summer a lot have. Yeah. Yeah. I'm fine. You know, I got plenty to eat. The girls are took care of. I got plenty of caffeine, which I need. You know, I mean, so yeah, I have a good life. I mean, I would love to try again one day soon. Yeah, coffee, girl. Right. I mean, I get tons of free stuff from YouTube sellers. I mean, TikTok sellers. I mean, TikTok. Right. They shouldn't have separated BB from Layla. That was a big mistake. That was. Oh, don't get me started on that. We'll be here all day, Summer. We'll be here. I mean, that was a big mistake, you know? Yeah, Denise is a good moderator, yeah. I mean, but it's just so. I've seen people do everything for money, you know? When it comes to money, people that you think you know, you don't. I mean, yeah, yeah. Now that BB's gone, yeah. Greed does drink. Oh, are you telling me, Denise? I've seen some horrific things through the years. You know? Right. Right, Andrea, right. Like, I get the girls. Let me see if I can reach it from here. This is the only kind of cat food that, you know, because Princess is 11 years old. She's older. This is the only kind she tolerates it. And I get it from Amazon. I have to pay almost $50 a bag for this. But guess what? She's gonna get it. Yeah. Oh, Elena, I'm sorry. You know, she's gonna get her food. Needless to say. Because the others she gets sick on, you know? So, oh, wow, for shadows, but yeah. $70. I mean, but yeah, whatever, you know. Yeah, Lena, I think though, hon, I think they're just not responding to anybody. Yeah. But, you know, like I said, my girls come first. My girls come first. When it comes time for the vaccinations, you know. Oh, I'm sorry, hon. You know, that happens far too much. Far too much. Like, I still marry Kay from home. And soon I'm going to be selling Epicure food products too because they're going to be back in business. Yo, I can't wait for that company to come back in business. Oh my God. Low sodium stuff, like, you know, and their seasonings are amazing. Um, but Denise, I'm so sorry, honey, that y'all lost everything. I'm sorry. Oh God, you lost your home. Denise, no. Oh God, honey, I'm sorry. Honey, I am so sorry. Oh, you know, some people out there have no shame. They don't have a soul. They don't care about anybody but themselves. And unfortunately, I'm related to somebody exactly the definition of that. Even worse, the person I know, Denise, would make that person look like Mr. Rogers. This person looks down on everybody that doesn't have what he has, and he always did. And if you're not a fellow, I don't want to see what stature he is, but we'll say gazillionaire, then he could care less about you. You know? Oh, this person has, I don't think they ever had a conscience. Ever. It's not possible. Or a soul. You know? Like I said, this person that I know since I was 15 and a half, oh no, this person definitely has no guilt because he said he goes to church every Sunday and makes a big fat donation. Oh yeah, that's going to get you into heaven. Now, I've called this person many names through the years, but unfortunately, one of them is father. I mean, that is my Pandora's box. You know, daddy, when you hear me refer to somebody as daddy, that's the man who raised me and the one who adopted me 2.0. It's kind of cool the story. Him and mom, after they were married, went down to the courthouse because she never put my bio dad's name on my birth certificate. They went before, thank you, honey, they went before a judge. And, you know, daddy said, hey, I'm the father. And the judge said, well, I wasn't in bed with you two, so if you say he's a father, and we have the same blood type, because back then they didn't have DNA. There you go, new birth certificate was made. But when I was like 15 and a half, I started looking, and I knew one of my aunts knew where, and I will call him by his first name, David. Oh, thank you, honey. And God will not be mocked, but David mocks God on a daily basis. But anyway, one of my aunts knew. So I went and I found him. I always get confused by the street name if it's Anderson Avenue or Anderson Boulevard in Uppitiesville. He goes to Park City's Baptist Church. You could look that church up. It's not, I like the little churches, you know, the old-timey little churches. But oh no, he can't go to one of those because normal people go there. Oh, gosh, you know. So when I found the house, you know, where he lives, he was going to dismiss me, but then, yeah, Denise. Oh, I can't wait for that. So he was about to just dismiss me, saying, oh, you're just here for money. I don't even know your mother. Well, his dad walks into the room. And he takes one look at me and he said, no, David, that's your daughter. Look at her. She stays. So, you know, then I met, if any of you seen the original Flowers in the Attic, the movie, have you ever seen that one with the grandmother that walks around with the Bible and the big old diamond ring and black dress? That is my grandmother. That is grandmother. If you notice, I don't call her Granny or Mima. Are you kidding me? No. She was just... Of course, she thought David was everything, you know. Oh, he attended Harvard. Honey, can you spell donation? That's how he got it. I don't even think he can make out a grocery list. Honey, donation. Donation. Oh, so, I mean, it's like, seriously? So, when DNA was available for us to do a DNA test on one another, guess what? Oh, you can smell my hair. Guess what? Oh, surprise, surprise. So there was no hugs. Oh, I have a daughter now. There was nothing like that. The only words I heard from him, oh, honey, you have no idea, Denise, is, well, I guess you'll be in the family will now. That was it. That was it. Yeah, go grandma. That was it. Now, he is afraid. David is very much afraid of my sister. Oh, he's afraid of her. The mere mention of her has him running. Now, I don't know the full extent of the conversation they had that one day, but there was some mention of wood chippers and, oh God, the alligator swamps of Louisiana. He doesn't. He just quite literally will run from her. Okay, the mention of her name, the phone goes click. The phone goes click. So, living in Uptown, I am not too far from his backyard, needless to say. And, oh yes, I know tons on him. I know tons on him too. Like, now, what makes me particularly sick and embarrassed to be related to him, by all rights, he should have, yes, Summer, you have no idea. I'm fixing to get to that. He should have under his belt legally at least 20, 25 DUIs. Do you think he spent one night in jail? Do you think he's ever been pulled over? No. No. Never have, never will. Why? Because of that. Yeah. I know. I know. Thank God they did not get married. Thank God they did not get married. Because, oh my God. Now, needless to say, I do not believe I'm his only child. There's no way. There's no way. Come on. But he claims he says, I only have one daughter. Really, David? Is that why the maid's son, who is a few years younger than myself, also went to Harvard? Now, being a maid, you cannot afford that tuition. Mm-mm. I know who paid it. You're going to sit there and tell me that's not my brother. And sad part is, he acts just like David. He acts just like David. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And I normally don't talk politics on here or anything like that, but I will. During the terrible time, you remember the African American who was oh gosh, how can I put this? These cops, you know, he was going to, they were arresting him for using a counterfeit bill. George Floyd. You remember that? Do you remember that? And, you know, the protests that came forward from all that? Okay. Well, David mocked it all. And so did somebody else. That's some... You know, I've had that thought, honey. Yeah. The maid's son mocked it along with David, and they were laughing about it. And what am I hearing? And the Black Lives Matter movement, they both thought it was just so funny. I'm like, yeah, it's like, what, like, yeah, that's my brother. Even though I will not claim him ever because he is an insensitive jerk. He's a racist, insensitive jerk. Although he says that's impossible for him to be racist. Is it? You know, because one day I was at Costco and I was shopping, and for some reason he was in there as well. And he takes one look at me and he said, Kimberly, what are you doing here? I said, well, what do you mean? I'm here to shop. Well, you know, being a white woman by yourself, that's quite dangerous. I said, you know what, honey, I'm going to take my chances then. Let's just, can you believe that? Oh, my God. I kid you not. He wanted to take me home right there. And I said, no, I'm not. I'm not going anywhere. I just got here. I'm like, try to get me out of here and let's see what happens to you. Let's try. I said, well, I will say his first name, Anthony. I said, Anthony, you know. And he doesn't like his first name either. Oh, my God. Guess why he doesn't like his first name? You can't make this stuff up. I said, I'm staying here and I'm going to shop because I stayed about 3 hours that day in Costco, you know. I had a lot to buy. and I did not want to leave right away. And I wanted my hot dog and drink afterward. Damn. You think I'm going to give up $1.50 hot dog and drink? And now I don't have it too often because that hot dog does have tons of sodium in it. But dang, I didn't have breakfast that morning for that reason. Do you think for 1 second? Oh my God. I mean, so yeah, you won't see me and Anthony celebrating any holidays together. Oh God, I'm sure as hell not going over there for Thanksgiving. Are you kidding me? If I ever did, I would do a live from their house so you could see how ridiculous these people are. Oh, very much. Just like David. They are related. I don't care what they say, they are related. They look just alike. They act just alike, you know. And it's like, seriously? They say that he is, I gotta word this carefully, Denise, in a monitored facility that he can't walk out of. So I hope that's not true though. Yeah, yeah. And a very monitored, very monitored facility where David and Anthony should be. Hell, why aren't they in there? It, they deserve it. I'm not I'm not kidding. I mean, I'm laughing because they should have been there years ago, actually. I mean, they should have been in there a long time ago. You know. Do you remember the case of what was his name? This young man that got drunk on an I think it was on a New Year's Eve. Um yeah, Lena. Um but he ended up killing I don't know how many people because he was driving drunk. Um Anthony, no. He is David 2.0, honey. He is David 2.0. He looks exactly like David. Exact. And the maid and David, from what I hear at one time, were kind of cozy to one another. From my knowledge, she wasn't cozy with anybody else. You know. One thing though, she does not like David anymore, so she wised up. Smart lady, finally. You know. Now she won't talk about things to me. Um, I wish she would, but I have a feeling that that is my brother. For all intents and purposes, when you know something, everything in me is screaming, that is your brother from the first time I saw him. Um, God, I remember that. He was going to play tennis that day. And he is all into Wimbledon, too. Dear God. And try going to the Kentucky Derby with them two, excuse me, and having fun. It's not. For those of y'all that watch the Kentucky Derby every year, you know, hoity-toitiesville, you got a lot of rich people watching horses and getting drunk. Wow, I was bored to tears. Yeah, I was bored to tears, seriously. I mean, Okay, honey. Love you, Denise. Love you. Thank you so much for hopping on, girl. Thank you. Um, a repeat. Repeat. Yeah, I missed something. Love you, girl. Yeah, I missed something, I guess, but that's possible, you know. I haven't had enough caffeine yet to be totally coherent. So, and I'm trying to avoid taking my morning nap. Yesterday I slept till almost 11:30. Like when I took my morning nap, I can't do that again. I don't want to waste another morning. No, I got too much stuff to do today. You know, I thought about that, Summer. I thought about that. Uh, Even though I know what the answer would be already, you know, I that has crossed my mind. I mean, okay, honey, love you, Elena. Thank you so much for hopping on, girl. I mean, honey, the Kentucky Derby is boring. Please, my God. But I must say, a lot of people were very, very upset with the whole thing when the Kardashians started showing up. Oh my God. You should have heard David there. The Kardashians, what can one say? I mean, they know how to make the money. And their mother is not a mother, she's a manager first and foremost. I mean, seriously. Yeah, Summer, I know. Yeah. The only way to know 100%. But yeah, when the Kardashians started going to the Kentucky Derby, you should have heard David. Like, I was like, dude, my God, who upset you that much? And I want to thank them. He said, well, I forgot how he talked about them, but he did not like them showing up. Mm-mm. I mean, I like them for that reason. And and celebrities, when a lot of them started moving into the Hamptons, oh boy, the end of the world happened. Summer, I was laughing my head off. He in particular does not like Kim Kardashian. And he has actually seen her before and dined at some of the same restaurants. Chris is a momager. Yes, that's what she is. Oh my God. At first I didn't believe him until he sent me a picture of her sitting at a nearby table with her entourage. He said, I simply can't believe that they would allow such rubbish in here. I said, yeah, I know. Tell me about it. You know what I was talking about. Oh my God. It's like, yeah. Don't let anybody in the door. Oh my God. And when she was in Paris, remember, and was robbed. Guess it was at the same hotel. Yeah. Well, David and Anthony both do not like the Kardashians. But no, David, he was at the same restaurant as Kim Kardashian more than one time, and then the hotel in Paris when she was robbed. I would rather dine with the Kardashians than them any day of the week. Are you kidding me? Lord. I mean, okay, people like that, they go to places where they give you a big old plate with all this, like, sauce design over it, you know, with a little bit of food. Girl, take me to Whataburger. You know? Hello, lady. Yes, I know. Oh, poor baby. Oh, my goodness. She doesn't like when I'm on the phone too long, because... Yes, honey. Oh, I know. Poor, poor lady. I know. I know. Yes, honey. I know. Poor baby. Oh, my goodness. She doesn't get any attention. Oh, my goodness. So I'm going to have to go and give her some attention. And then get going with my day. But, honey, thank you so much for hopping on. It has been really, really something. But, y'all, I'll see you at the Keo premiere. And we'll just have to keep, you know, our ears to the wall when it comes to the whole BB situation. And I'll let you know if I hear anything else. Like I said, my mind is just spinning from everything, because when you've had more than one person tell you the same story, and these people do not know one another from nothing, it just makes your head spin. You know, it makes your head spin. And I was like, holy moly. It's just sad, and I hope and pray that we see BB again sometime soon, no matter where he's at, that he comes back. At least let us know that he's okay. At least, you know, and if I find out, then I'll let y'all know, you know. I mean, the thought, I hope he's not scared, and, you know, well, I know he's scared, but you know what I mean. I hope that he has people nearby who love him and that could comfort him and reassure him. You know, it just breaks my heart to think that, I mean, oh, good Lord, this is head spinning. But anyway, honey, I'm going to go for now, but I love and appreciate you, honey, and I'll talk to you in the next one, honey. You too, dear. You too. Thank you for hopping on. Bye-bye.